Hello there, and welcome back to Wyvern Flames Epic Gaming. So today I'm going to show you the Shadow Priest, and to start off, I'm going to start talking talking about some of the abilities that the Shadow Priests are going to have in World of Warcraft Legion. So I'm going to start by talking about some of the talents. So all the classes talents are changing, as you probably have seen if you watched any of my previous videos. Um, and the same goes for the Shadow Priest. So a lot of the abilities are now based around some of your new rotation. So basically, who knows if this is the right rotation or if it's going to be different later on. But you've got your main damage abilities are going to be Shadow Word Pain, Vampiric Touch, Mind Blast, Mind Spike, which is this talent right here, and Mind Seer. The rest of these abilities also are going to be used, but a little bit differently. So you have Insanity as your new resource, and you generate insanity by using these abilities. Then you go into void form, and you can use your void bolt ability and have this nice passive that allows you to do some more damage while in void form and all this other cool stuff. Um, Otherwise, a lot of these other abilities are similar to what they used to be. I think that Vampiric Embrace is new. Desperation is new, and a lot of the other abilities and how the shields work they've changed a little bit. So I'll probably play around with some of these talents later, and of course, as the alpha goes farther in, the talents are going to change, and we'll hopefully be able to figure out what is good for doing the best amount of DPS. Just to start off the quest, I'm just going to go to the portal room, or the portrait room, or whatever they're calling it these days, and I'm going to go to the Dalaran Crater, and then fly to the starting quest line for the priest. And this is the same thing that I did with the Discipline Priest. You start off by going and talking with the guy who's going to become one of the main NPCs in your class hall, and then you go from there to basically, before we go, I'm just going to put a mount on my bar, to basically choose your artifact weapon. And Holy is supposed to be, Holy Priests are supposed to be added in at some point in the near future. When those come out, all 3 priest specializations will be in game, and I will test Holy and do a video on that, so you guys have that to look forward to at some point in the future. So we're going to fall here, but we're not actually falling. Going down. My character loads in. Yes. And then we can fly. And then we're just going to fly all the way to Tristful Glades. Yep. So basically, one thing I will say that I've noticed about a lot of the different quest lines is for every single class, you generally start off doing the same thing leading up to the point where you choose your artifact weapon. The unique parts of the quests for each class are the artifact weapons for your specialization. Up to those points, and generally at the end of those points, when you return with your artifact weapon to your class hall, generally the same thing happens. So be prepared to see a lot of things over and over again if you are planning to do more than one specialization for a single class. Also, there is definitely overlap between the class scenarios. Between different classes, there's a lot that go to similar locations, like the Broken Shore or Karazhan. There's a few other places that you go that sort of overlap with other quest lines. Just that the zones themselves are identical or closely identical. So that's just sort of some interesting thoughts on the alpha. I'm planning soon to hopefully be able to do some videos with some of the different class specializations in the dungeons that have been added in recently, and show you how they sort of play with the mechanics. So I'll probably be starting to do some of those videos shortly. Alright, so we're here.
King's honor, friend. Be careful.
And then there's this guy. Select an artifact weapon. So we're gonna go with the Shadow Dagger. And a legend you can hold. Stop the ritual. Go to the marked location in Tristle Glades. All the way over there. On this side of the map. Let's begin our travel. So we are going to be stopping a cult group, if I remember correctly, from sacrificing something. I think they're actually trying to sacrifice a demon to another demon. I don't know. I don't remember exactly. We'll find out when we get there. And you get this nice view of the zone below us. I've actually only been here several times. I'm normally an Alliance player, so I know Undercity's right here, but I have not played on the Horde, so I have not been in this zone really that much. Now, if only my mount flew faster, but unfortunately it does not. I think I could probably upgrade it, but it won't matter soon. Let's actually just... Sorry about that. I was trying to do that. Open up the... Let's see. The Twilight's Hammer is who we're going after. Okay. So they're trying to summon an old god of some sort. That cannot be good. It never can be good. And I probably pointed this out in other videos, and I might have pointed it out in my Discipline Priest video, but the global buff that you used to have for the priest is no longer in game. Okay, stop the ritual. Where can I land? Mind Spike. So a lot of DOTs it looks like. I feel like they so far Shadow Priest play a lot like the Affliction Warlock. And I'm now in Void form. Nice. How do I get in Void form again? I could really use it right now. I guess I'm okay. Find the first clue. So now that I've killed a bunch of this stuff, I must find clues. To do that, I must kill this. And you can see here, this like slowly sort of disappears, and when it gets to the end, you go out of Void form. Yep, there we go, out of Void form. Alright, so on to the next guy. I think I actually want to play this first. Oh boy. That was me almost dying. Let's not do that. Now, the only question I do not remember is, do I have a self-heal? I do not. Surprising enough. What's this? Maybe that heals me. Does it? Oh, no. That's only if I do damage it heals me. So I'm gonna have to eat some food. You're in combat with what? Oh. Wonderful. Die. There we go. Thank you for dying. Twilight Hammer. So there's my insanity bar. As you can see, when it reaches 100, I go into void form, do a little more damage, or a lot more damage, as the case may be, actually. Dead. This one should be dead too, shortly. There we go. Enter the tomb at the bottom of the lake. So, we're now going to go swimming. But first, this guy has to die. Funny how we're using the same ability on each other.
I need to target something first.
Under the water we go. Swim time. And there we go. Actually, I'm going to get rid of that. And there is this thing underground. And I'm not sure. I think this is supposed to be textured. It's not. It's an underwater passageway. Untextured passageways. Yay. And we swim through this wonderful cave into this place. And what's the next stage? Defeat the guards at the door. Ah, he's betraying them.
I need a target.
Hey, look, they're all dead. Now, what is he going to tell me? Why did you help me? Okay, we defeated the guards. And now we're going to stop the ritual. We silence them and then they die. Perfect. So again, something I probably said in all my other videos is that to do these quests properly, you actually have to use the proper abilities. So you have to interrupt things, or you have to use flare if you're a hunter to find invisible enemies. So they integrate the abilities into the puzzles that you sort of have to solve. So for example, we're going to use that. Dead. These guys just sort of die. And then this one. So we can just sort of destroy their shields as well by inflicting so much damage, and then they die. Die. They're dead, yay. And just cast a bunch of abilities on these guys, and these flesh spawns just die. Like that. Ta-da. And I think we're about done. Defeat the amassing darkness. It's dead. Fight fight to the prison chamber. There they are. Oh, hello. Don't worry. You'll soon be dead. So, I will say I've run this previously, probably a few weeks back, and they definitely made the combat a little more balanced. It doesn't take quite as long to kill things. So I think that they're starting to pick that up. I also noticed there's some new dialogue in the quest line, not just this one, but several other ones as well. So we're definitely starting to get farther into the alpha, and they're putting the pieces together that previously were not there. Okay, those are dead. And now we're gonna jump down, or not jump down, because we're going down here.
I don't have a target. I need to target something first. I don't have a target.
Yeah, everything's dead. But before we do anything, I'm just gonna eat. Because that's important. And trying to just kill these guys. And then we're probably coming pretty close to the end of the artifact portion of the quest. And then after that we can um, at the end of the artifact quest we'll go back to the class hall.
I need a target. I need to get closer.
So you can use Mass Dispel on those and just get rid of those. Pretty nice. Fight to the prison chamber. Welcome to the prison chamber. So I must kill him.
I'm out of range.
So we're just gonna kill his guys here, these faceless corruptors. And I'm gonna put shield on myself just to prevent damage. And now we're gonna fight him. And die. Oh, that's nice. So we're gonna walk across this thing and try not to die this time. Oops. Alrighty, time to kill him. Those are shadowy images, which I think I can just Mass Dispel. No? Apparently not. There we go. That should interrupt him for a bit. And he should be dying very soon. So, your weapon as a Shadow Priest is a talking demon dagger. By far one of the strangest, most interesting artifact weapons I've seen so far in Legion. But yes, it talks to you. It has an eyeball. It's a living thing, and it will try to control you. Now we're going to use Dark Drain. Portal to Dalaran. So it looks like we're going to return to our friendly priest. Hey, look, it's Velen.
Why have you approached me? Take care. My patience is
Talk
short.
to Velen.
Something is amiss on this.
Follow Velen to the portal. Now he used to move a lot slower. I think they sped up how fast he moves. Another thing you might notice is that my character does not have a helmet right now. That is a bug. All the characters that I've seen so far, that are when I log in, all my characters do not have their helmets for some reason. So, I am not sure. I think that's a bug. Okay. So we're going to go meet a corrupted Naru and try to save it. It looks like Velen's talking about the Naru and how important they were, and they've captured one, or they captured a Void God, which is basically a corrupted Naru, and we're going to try to help it. So follow Velen. Take the portal. We're taking the portal to the class hall. But first, the NPCs need to load in. There's several different types of priests. And then we're going to use Dark Drain again to drain the darkness. Also, in your offhand, you have a book or a tome, the same eye as your dagger. It's called The Secrets of the Void. And the equip ability is Mind Spike. Has a chance to spawn a Void Tentacle that will channel a Mind Flay on your target for 10 seconds. So that's the active equip ability. I haven't really talked about the equip ability in my last videos, but all the different artifact weapons have different equip abilities that increase some sort of ability for your specialization. So now... Oh, and by the way, you're now a cardinal of the priests. You are their leader. Whether these titles and things will last your legion or not, it's hard to say. So this is the forge that we're going to now for upgrading our artifact weapon. And you've seen this forge before in my Discipline Priest video. So we're going to use the altar. So the first ability is called Void Torrent. Basically, it raises your dagger into the sky, absorb a nearby void energy, then release a torrent of void energy at your target, dealing a huge amount of shadow damage. And while channeling this spell, your insanity no longer drains and requires void form. So this is a void form only ability. It's a 1-minute cooldown. This is a lot of damage. There are a lot of different passive abilities that you have for Shadow Priests that are going to basically, again, they're going to increase some of your damage from your primary damage dealing abilities. There's some that summon, well, this one summons a Faceless Void, you're summoning a Faceless Void from, okay, so the spelling's screwed up here, but it's alpha. Basically help you in battle. This one is each stack of Void form increases damage to your Shadow Ward and Vampiric Touch by Shadow Ward Pain and Vampiric Touch by 5%. When you enter Void form, you summon a Void Sphere, 15 seconds. So there's a lot of different abilities here. You can use Shadow and Blood Artifact relics for this, and I'll probably, when I go over some of the playthroughs of some of these classes later on, once more specializations are added in. Oops, I don't want to do that. I will go into more detail of what passives I find useful and how they sort of change gameplay. So,
Greetings.
yeah, I believe.
Safe travels. Farewell.
Oh, they're replaying that.
Well met. Go with honor, friend.
Area chosen. Actions in Azeroth, sorry. Okay, so basically you can just choose which zone. Eventually, all the zones will be available here, and there will be some other quests and things for your followers.
Light be with you.
So that is the end of the Shadow Priest questline. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to the Criminal Gods YouTube channel, and I will see you next time.